Against the Ropes podcast.
Been down 4 times. Hey, turn around, you can. Joshua turning to his corner. He's got to be careful here.
Rematch is happening December 7th. It's not happening in Europe. It's not happening in North America. All right. They chose an Asian country, Saudi Arabia. What do you guys think, man? Quick reactions.
Saudi Arabia. I mean, well, they picked that place. Why? Because it's neutral ground, right? That's the.
I think because of money.
Yeah, I don't think they give a fuck about neutral ground.
I mean, money, of course. It would really go down to it. It has to do with money. I saw somewhere that they're paying upwards of up to 85 million for this fight.
I heard 100.
Shit.
I don't know.
Man, that's gonna be even more down the line with that pay-per-view tag. But god dang.
What do you think, Lily? Quick reactions. You don't look so happy.
I think my quickest reaction is just what I told you guys earlier. Like, Clash on the, what's it called?
Dunes.
Clash on the Dunes? That sounds like the corniest shit I ever read. Like, what are you guys? I was expecting it to be like in like the Wembley or something. Yeah. But, fuck, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Good that it was made because, you know, there was some like uncertainty there.
I was worried.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck. Like, are these guys going to do what like the Taylor and Reggie's did where now they're not going to fight and they're going to court? No, I'm glad at least it's happening. Yeah,
to me, kind of like the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, where it seemed like they were both really willing to get back into it, and then you saw what happened. They took different avenues, but yeah, man, I'm excited that it's officially done. So it's like no, you know, tune-ups or nothing in between. They're gonna do it. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people were saying Tijuana, TJ. You know,
and
I'll go to Mexico, even if your uncle's a ref, I'll still whoop you.
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about that, right? Josh was sounding a little cocky, man. I'm like, dude, you got a taste of your humble pie. Like, I'm surprised that I'm sure it's promotion.
It's promo.
I get it.
It's promo, yeah. It's definitely promo.
Boxing fans take things so literal. Like, you got to sell the fight. I'm sure a lot of casual boxing fans saw those clips and were like, ooh, it's going to be a good fight. Oh, my God.
He's going to go all out.
Back and forth. Andy Ruiz responding now. Oh, my God.
Saudi Arabia, though.
But it doesn't get, I think, more neutral than that, though, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You go in the middle of the desert and you set up the fight. You know, I think it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, you got Andy happy that it's not in the UK, right? Because with everything that was going down with Dillian White.
The thing, too, is with that going on, with that being, a lot of people are like, oh, well, as long as Andy gets, you know, more money. But I don't think they understand that this is just an extension of the first contract. You know, this is just, okay, there was a rematch clause, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, Andy's going to put his terms. No, he can't. Like, this is literally, he has the belt, but people sometimes forget that the rematch clause still goes back to the original terms that were agreed upon.
More time to talk about what happens in that show. Anything else you want to promote?
Maybe that. Oh, yes, Andy Ruiz making that announcement that this fight is not happening in Saudi Arabia.
So this was through Instagram, right? Instagram Live.
Yes, Instagram Live.
What did he say?
So we were wondering, right, why he hadn't put the official picture.
They said it was official, and nobody from Andy Ruiz's camp. I even saw an interview with Manny Robles. Yeah. And they were asking him what's up, and he's just like, you know what? I don't have a say in this. This was from this past weekend at his event. And he was like, I don't have a say in this. Why are they not replying? I don't know. But basically, I'm the trainer. So.
Yeah, and then that's what caught our attention. Like, why aren't you guys promoting it? Why hasn't it gone? And it's because they don't agree yet. And it's interesting, right?
Either that or they're trolling the media.
something. But Andy went live and said, no, we haven't, you know, decided to do this in Saudi Arabia. He said his words exactly. He's like, I have no protection out there. He's like, I don't feel protected out there. So again, we've talked about the stuff that's gone on with Dillian White, with BBC. This is technically, you know, Saudi Arabia, so should be considered neutral. We know we talked about it in our last episode. It has to do with the money, right? The money that they're gonna pay to host this event. But yeah, Andy's not happy. He said, nope, it's coming back to the U.S. But as Lily Xicana Boxing explained last week, this is just an extension of the first fight. You know? And Eddie Hearn went on and said like the exact same thing. Yeah, that he has a duty as a man. You know, once he signed that contract, that first time, which he pretty much said like, we gave you a chance. Yeah,
We honor the first contract, and we honor the second one.
Yep. He's all like, we're gonna respect you as a champ because you did win.
See, but people are like, no, it should be under Andy's terms. He's the champion now, but you're still not the A side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break it down like this, but
Roger Mayweather, right?
yeah, Roger Mayweather, my favorite quote in boxing. But Anthony Joshua's still the A side, regardless of what people want to think. And like Willie said, I'm pretty sure it is an extension of that first contract. And I mentioned last week that I think Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are being pretty respectful in that sense, where they're not forcing them, right? It doesn't seem like they're forcing them. All right, it's gonna be in Cardiff, Wales, and that's it, right? They're kind of weighing the options, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think it hit in Eddie Hearn's mind's eye what he said, like we have to respect him as a champion. I think Saudi Arabia was that meeting you in the middle type, right?
Yeah, we're going to the middle of the desert, literally.
We're giving you the Crete treatment. Go back to the desert.
Yeah.
But man, we'll see what happens, man. He hasn't promoted this on his Instagram. Manny's just a coach, were his words.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
But this is a good build-up to the fight, regardless. Yeah. We're talking about it now, right? People are having a lot of assumptions and anticipations, and we'll see what happens, man. But I think it's a good build-up toward that fight right now. Everybody's like, what's going to happen? Is it really going to be in Saudi Arabia? Is Andy going to, I don't know what people think Andy could do, honestly. I'm trying to think. What can he do?
Again, if he signed, then
yeah, it's all just his word, but they can just show him and write.
Yeah.
We're assuming, right?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get it. If he hasn't already, he has a lawyer to look over these documents. But
it's gonna be a tough one to battle. Yeah. But hopefully it just happens. I just want it to happen already. Yeah. As a boxing fan, you just want to see these fights. I couldn't care less where it is. I just want to see him fight again. I don't care.
It just seems like Eddie has to give him that peace of mind.
Or give him a piece of the cake too, a bigger piece of the cake.
Yeah. I think he said something like something about the money, where does he deserve more money? He said absolutely not, or some shit like that. Like he deserves a rematch, yes, of course. But does he deserve a big? He said absolutely not. I'm like, try to make the champion happy, give him a little bit more,
But that also frustrates me from quote unquote boxing fans, because they're like, oh, this guy should get 50%, or they always say that in big fights. It's like, no, if you're bringing in 10% of the fans, why do you deserve 50%? Mathematically, this shit doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
I don't know.
For sure, I know if it was in the U.S., Andy would bring in a lot more fans than he did the first time around.
If I'm running a business and I'm fucking doing 60% of the work and you're doing 10, guess what I'm gonna give you? I'm gonna give you 10. Shit.
Yeah, it is Matchroom Boxing, right? It is them doing all the promotion on that end. So, tune in next week and see what new developments have surfaced.
Yeah.
But
I think that's it for episode 50.
Like you already know, I said I'm a fun guy.